Guys, RK Castillo here, and I just wanted to walk you through a case study that I've been doing using the Infinitum SEO Omega strategies. I've been testing it for probably about the last 6 or 7 weeks, and finally starting to see results. So I just wanted to tell you about them. But before I get into how I've been using this just Becker's ranking strategies, or whatever you want to call it, I want to tell you about how we were basically testing a niche and doing what we call, pay-per-call, or, just selling leads, selling lead gen calls to businesses. So the first thing that we wanted to do is we test a niche using pay-per-click in Google. And so basically, we wanted to see what keywords were actually being searched for. We wanted to see how much it would actually cost to acquire a new lead. And we are signed up as a Google Engage agency, and Google Engage agencies will actually give you $100 of free ad, coupons when you spend $25. And so I went and I looked at the keyword research and how much it was costing per click, and I figured, you know what, I could probably get 25 clicks to our website for, say $125 in ad spend. And so I figured, you know what, if we can get 25 clicks, I could probably get 5 calls from the visitors to the website. And so this is what we do to actually sign up businesses for our pay-per-call or our lead gen, system of business. So first, I would go and I would get a list of businesses and their phone numbers using, Local Lead Maximizer or the Lead Kahuna, or, whatever tool you have out there that can just scrape the businesses and get you their phone numbers. And I tried to use all of my tools so that I can get as many phone numbers of carpet cleaners in Jacksonville as possible. And then I used OpenVBX, which is a free, open source piece of software that you can use. And I had a couple plugins that you actually add to OpenVBX to make it do exactly what we wanted to do. And I send a voicemail out to every single one of those carpet cleaners. And this is basically what the voicemail says. It says, hey, this is RK. I have 5 people who are looking for a carpet cleaner, because I figured that's how many calls I could get from $125 of ad spend. So if you'd like them, give me a call back at 888-777-8888. When they call, they're usually asking, well, what do you do? What systems, what strategies are you using? What type of marketing you're doing? And I just explain, what I do, internet marketing, or I say something like I set up direct response types of sites and I drive traffic to it, and then I convert those traffics into phone call leads, and we use a call forwarding, call tracking number, so I can track exactly how many calls we get. I record them so I know exactly what they're saying. And so I'd like to offer you a trial run of 5 leads for only $25. So I say $25 because that's how much I have to spend to get the free $100 worth of ads. And so you send them a PayPal invoice for $25, and then when they pay it, you go to your Google MCC account and you add them as a company, and you run a campaign with their coupon for $125. And like I said, we have a call tracking software, so we forward all of the calls that come in through our site to their business. Now, I did this with a carpet cleaning company in Jacksonville, and after the trial, he only wanted to pay something like $15 per call, and it wasn't worth the cost for me to do all this work and do all the sales and do all the lead gen and everything for only $15 per call, when I could work with a like a roofing company or someone else who might pay $50 per lead. So I kind of abandoned this site, and it's just been sitting there for probably about a year now, doing absolutely nothing. So I get the SEO Omega course, and I get into Infinitum, and they just said, you know what, I want to actually test these ranking strategies to see if it will actually work. And I noticed a case study, and so I wanted to see if I can get inducted into the case study Hall of Fame and be there, in infinitely in Infinitub, be internet famous, and you know everything else. No, I'm just kidding. So I wanted to see if I can get this as a case study. So this is what I did. I realized that when we ran our PPC test, I got 38 visits to our site. I got 7 calls from those visits. So it's basically 1 out of 5 visitors actually calls. You know, I think it's about 18% conversion rate or something like that. Now, I went and I pulled up Market Samurai, and it said there's about 178 searches a day for our main keyword, which is carpet cleaning in Jacksonville, something like that. And you know, they say, well, if you get the number 1 position, you can expect maybe about 75 visits. You know, so I figured 75 visits, 1 out of every 5 visitors will call. So you get about 14 calls a day if I can actually get to the number 1 position. So I thought, yeah, this is probably good, something to test, you know. It will cover the cost of whatever I have to buy links and whatnot when I finally get it. So this is what happened. I checked my site's ranking, and the website was not ranked even in the top 1,000 websites for our keyword. So the first thing I did is I went to the Infinitum forum, and I found one PR5 link for $15 a month. And so I went through the process, I paid for the link, and 36 hours later, after getting the PR5 homepage link, our site went from not even ranked in the top 1,000 to the 29th position for our main keyword. And so I thought that was awesome. You know, I thought, okay, well, I'll just give it some time and see if it will get a little bit higher, because I had a 3-week trip going to Brazil. And after 3 weeks being gone, I came back, and it never went higher than that number 29 spot, you know. So I knew I had to do some forcing to force this up a little bit in the search engine. So first thing I did is I used Magic Submitter to do the pillow links, you know, like Becker teaches, just to make sure there's a variation of the keywords. It's not all the same keyword coming from your anchor text, etc. And nada, nothing happened, no anything, you know. And I know pillow links aren't there to really get you rankings, but I thought, hey, it might give me maybe 1 or 2 positions up, but it didn't work. So then I went back to the Infinitum forum, and I found one guy who offered me a PR5, 2 PR4s, and 1 PR2 for $54 a month. So that leaves us at about $69 a month cost for this, and I think I got like a spun article to use in Magic Submitter that might have been like 12 bucks or something like that. And 2 spots up in 2 weeks after getting these 4 other high PR links. And so, you know, needless to say, I was getting a little bit frustrated, a little bit, you know, discouraged, saying, you know what, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe this isn't working. You know, I do look at the sites that are on the first page for my keyword. They're pretty competitive sites. They're probably SEO guys doing stuff, and so maybe it's not worth it, and maybe it's not going to work. Maybe I can't be in that case study hall of fame and be internet famous like I wanted to be. So I gave it 2 more weeks, say, hey, give it some time, and it went up to the number 19 position, which is great. I said, okay, it just took a little bit of time to start seeing some increase in ranking, which is great. But still, I'm a little frustrated. You know, I got these 4 links, I paid for them already. I'd like to see this site on the first page already getting calls and making me money. And so I figured, why didn't I do what Becker does? I'm already testing his strategies. Why don't I just do the on-page stuff that he actually says to do? And so I just put a link on the homepage that said, hey, get some carpet cleaning information from this site, and just linked out to carpet cleaning on Wikipedia. And in 3 days, I was on the first page in the number 9 spot. So I'm pretty stoked to say that this actually works. It's climbing, and so this is what I actually plan to do. These are the next steps. So I've already got a couple calls, but it was to the old number for the old business that I worked with like a year ago. So I don't want to send him leads when he's not going to be paying the money that I know it's worth. So I changed the forwarding number, and I went and I got a list of carpet cleaners who are actually advertising right now on HomeAdvisor. HomeAdvisor used to be ServiceMagic, so these are people who are paying per leads already. They're paying for leads right now. And the problem is when a lead comes in through HomeAdvisor, they sell that same lead to 4 or 5 or 6 or sometimes up to 8 different companies, that same lead. And so I know they're willing to pay for leads, and I know they're not happy with Home Advisor because unless there's some heck of a salesman, they're fighting, 4, 5, 8 other companies trying to get the business from this one lead, and it's just not going to work for them, right? So I forwarded the number to one of those Home Advisor leads, and I probably will get the SEO localized plugin just to create pages and content and articles and put our video and our image and everything up to every single different suburb around the Jacksonville, Florida area, and to every single zip code in the Jacksonville area. Because I noticed when running the pay-per-click that people actually do search, keyword and a zip code. So I think those would be easy rankers. I think those would be easy to siphon some traffic and get calls. And when the calls come in, basically, I have a recording when the business that's already paying for leads, when pick up the phone, it'll say, hey, this is a carpet cleaning lead. And, I can change it to whatever I want. It's carpet cleaning lead from yada, 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 whatever. So when the leads are going, they're already going to this company. So it's going to be really easy to just pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, I've been sending you leads this last week. Whenever you pick up the phone, it says, hey, this is a carpet cleaning lead. I'd love to offer you a free trial of leads for 1 week. You can see how many calls you get in a week. You can see the quality. You can see how much ROI you get from these leads. And I'll probably sell it to them for $10 a call just to make it dead easy, dead simple. I don't really want to be playing in this niche. This is just a case study site, to see how this works. And, the income that I'll get from this, I'll just use to buy more PR sites and use this for the other niches that are actually willing to pay you $50, $65 per call. So that's my case study. That's how this worked. Type in the keyword, and I'm going to turn off this personalization. You'll see we're down here at the number 10 position and doing well. So look forward to letting you know the results that we get from the rest of this stuff. And if you have any questions, love to answer them. And hope this helps you get some leads and generate some business.